Hi. So I wanted to take the moment to respond to your post and let you know that I really like how you emphasized treating Knox as a patient first. Despite everything else that's going on, I pretty much wrote the same thing on that part. I think that's something that's so easy to lose sight on of when someone has a history of aggression or with the influence of methamphetamine. I think it's easy to overlook them as treating them as a person and looking at the totality of everything and going straight into action. One thing that stood out to me from your point was using de-escalation techniques before immediately resulting to more restrictive interventions, which I think is honestly the key in a situation like this. The lecture this week, the professor really reinforced how important it is to identify warning signs early and to use the least restrictive approach that still will keep everyone safe, because at the end of the day, that is the goal, to keep everyone safe and the person. So I also wanted to mention that I appreciate how you mentioned respecting Nod's identity and using correct pronouns throughout the interaction. I also noted that that's very important. We should be respecting everyone's pronouns. I think that's like a very basic thing to do. And when we don't, it can come off as intentional, and it could like aggravate the situation. So, and it's just important to treat everyone with dignity and respect, and that also helps build rapport and hopefully like reduce some of the stress that's going on in that interaction. And I also agree with documenting only observable behaviors. I think that's super important, focusing on what Knox is actually saying and doing rather than making any assumptions based on his past incidents or his past history or any biases that we might create, and only documenting what is actually happening. And I also like that you highlighted involving security while still allowing the medical and mental health team to take lead and do what they have to do. That balance between maintaining safety and ensuring Knox is receiving the appropriate medical care is really important in a healthcare setting, as we both have goals, and they can happen at the same time. Overall, I thought that your response did a really good job at balancing patients' rights with staff and visitor safety, which is exactly what I also wrote and what should happen in a situation like this. Thank you.